You may be asking yourself, why is this guy sitting in a hot tub wearing a tie? And that's a fair question. The answer to that and more are coming now. I am on a private executive retreat in beautiful Hocking Hills, Ohio. As with any retreat, the purpose here is to restore, to renew, and to reflect. And I will be sharing my reflections with you. When we're living in the civilized world, it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day operations, standards for performance, but it's often important and incredibly valuable to be able to step back, remove yourself from the familiar surroundings so you can recontextualize everything. There's nothing like a change of scenery to help you reframe everything. And at least once a quarter, I recommend you step into nature and take a look at nature's balance sheet. I'm going to spend the next 2 days examining nature's balance sheet, and I'm expecting nothing short of breakthroughs. I went up the hill, and I was expecting to discover a paradise, and what I discovered instead was hell. This looks like new development. Unacceptable. That's it. I'm going to have to move. Not cool at all. Not cool one bit. How can you properly restore if you have new development creeping up on you? No good. We'll deal with this. One incredibly important feature of any retreat center is this right here. The American flag. For executives who are world travelers and do business all over the place, it's really easy to become confused sometimes on where you are. So something as simple and basic as an American flag will keep you grounded, keep you rooted, and remind you of exactly where you are. I've had it happen before where I wake up in Colorado, or I wake up in Aspen, and I think I'm in Monaco, or I think I'm in Italy. So this guy right here, essential. Do be on guard though. Okay, don't take any pranksters in your entourage, because sometimes people will think they're funny and try to switch the flag on you. I've had that happen too. Like you're in the Swiss Alps and you walk out to a beautiful mountain vista. Then you step outside, you see the Australian flag, and immediately you're confronted with what am I doing? What am I doing in Sydney? This makes no sense. So yeah, flags yes, pranksters no. Moving on. I'm now going to leave the serenity of the orchard and let's go deeper and see what we can find. Yeah. This is my executive gazebo of truth. When you step into this sacred place, the obscured becomes apparent, and the hidden becomes common knowledge. It's almost like I'm channeling the wisdom of executives past. I hear the voice of John D. Rockefeller coming through right now. I hear Vanderbilt in the background, and I can hear Andrew Carnegie grumbling somewhere in the distance. Let me see what I can pull from the ether. So something just came to me. Here's an insight. So here I am, an executive out in the woods. And I feel completely at ease, and it's because I'm prepared. Now, why am I prepared? I have the 3 essential tools that any executive must possess to be secure in the wild. And what are these 3 tools? Great question. Tool number 1, you have to possess a flashlight. I recommend going with at least 1,000 lumens. Incredibly valuable. We executives are wayfinders, and how can you find your way without illumination? Also, get one that has a strobe light. Sometimes even executives need to call for help. Item number 2, you need to have a knife. I recommend one that can be used single-handedly. Clearly, a tool of this nature serves many purposes. Anything from carving up a steak. You could use it to cut up your seafood. You could use it, if you have a nice to bake brie, this works well for that as well. So a variety of purposes, but always be prepared with something. Tool number 3, business cards. Even out in the wilderness, you need to be ready for anything. Have your cards on you at all times. Always have your business cards on you. You need to be prepared for anything. One of the central themes of wilderness survival is preparedness. You need to be prepared for anything, including that deal lurking just around the tree that you didn't see coming. How can you seal a deal without your cards? 3 quick essential tools that you need to survive in the wilderness as an executive. Being out in nature, being on a retreat of this kind, it's such a great opportunity to commune with nature, and I'm here for it. We enter the wilderness as humans, but especially as executives, thinking we have so much figured out. We have everything worked out, like there's nothing new to learn. But it's in the stillness of nature that we have the opportunity to open up and become more receptive to what nature can teach us. So I'm here to hang out with this tree for a while. And I'm here to see what this tree could teach me. And we're going to become friends. One thing that I like about trees is that unlike people, trees are not intimidated by executive presence. If you're an executive with significant organizational standing and notoriety, sometimes the only authentic company you can keep is a tree, because this tree here does not care if you're an executive. And it's such a relief to just be treated as a human. You can see we've already established a rapport. This tree and I already have a working relationship. I feel like I could say anything to this tree and not be judged for it. I could tell it anything. There's $250,000 that over the past 5 years that I haven't reported on my taxes. Okay, keep that between us. So we've established at least a clear, safe channel for one-way communication. But now I'm going to go above and beyond and see if that communication can be reciprocated back to me. Because I don't know how old this tree is. It could be thousands of years old. I don't know. Let's give it a go. What do you think would be the minimal operating capital reserve requirements for a company, let's say, doing $200 million a year with an EBIT of 30%? I'm not getting anything. You can whisper it. No, nothing. However, this little exchange did provide another insight that I did not expect. See, in order for us to build things, if we want to build homes or offices or restaurants, you need lumber, you need wood. And where does that wood come from? It comes from this guy right here. What's so powerful about this is that even nature, the standard rules of accounting apply. For every debit, there must be a credit. For every win, there must be a loss. Eureka. Okay, this is hot. So what I've learned from the tree is that you're not winning unless someone is losing. And you gotta stay hard. In the spirit of full transparency, this particular retreat center is not that big. It's not the scale we would expect for an executive of significant stature. But I think I've found a way to compensate, at least simulate the kind of scale that we would come to expect. Let's see. Okay, where is the lounge? No, that's the library. Where's the lounge? It's so confusing. It's like one hallway after another. It's a damn labyrinth. It's a total labyrinth. Has anybody seen the maid's quarters? Okay, I think this is the east wing, or is this the north wing? If this is the east wing, then this must be the west wing. Man, I'm going to be lost in here forever, just walking the hallways. I think that achieved the effect we're going for, but I will let you be the judge. It's quiet out here. Except for some bugs and some birds. It's nothing. It's time to go deep. So I'm sitting on my deck. I've loosened my tie. And I'm reclining. A lot of executive coaches tell you how important it is to get in touch with your feelings. So now in this safe, serene environment, I'm going to attempt to do just that. Okay. I found a feeling. It feels like strength. Right on. All right. If you only have one feeling as an executive, strength is certainly a good one to have. Now let's move on to the next step. We got in touch with our feeling. Now I'm going to move into a space of vulnerability. Let's see if there is any. Okay. Well, I found one. I did find a small vulnerability. On my chart of accounts, that's a liability. So deep inside, I don't know where it came from, but I have accrued a credit in the liability column. So the way to fix this, according to the wisdom of accounting, is with a debit of an equal amount. And that debit should offset the credit, thereby eliminating and zeroing out that liability. So now I'm going to go deep inside and I'm going to debit that liability account. Okay. I've entered a debit. And now I just need to post the transaction. Posting. It's posted, and now I need to close the fiscal period. Okay, period closed. And that, my friends, is how you manage liabilities, vulnerabilities, as a finance executive. But you don't have to be a finance executive to apply these same principles, because accounting is for everyone. And thank you sincerely for joining me on this journey. I hope that it was as beneficial to you as it has been to me. Until next time.
The mind plays tricks. The big fit sticks. The mind rejects. The mind